You have no idea the amount of ignorant mess we're about to get into right now.
Hello and welcome to a brand new preview episode for Black on Black Cinema. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
Hey.
And Terrence.
What's up?
All right, guys, this is preview for episode 121, The Preacher's Son. This is the 2017 film. So this, if you don't know, is done by the same writing and directing team that did our infamous The Man in 3B episode. So now you know what the type of movie you're getting into. It is streaming on Netflix right now. Look, if ever there is a movie that you need to watch before listening to this episode, this is the movie.
Please do.
Yeah. So let me give the synopsis for this film, and then we'll get into the topic of the week.
The synopsis.
Whatever that means. The synopsis is Bishop T.K. Wilson, his wife and two children are a respectable family in their community. Yet the Wilson kids are fighting temptations, and their son Dante has thoughts other than taking over his father's church. It is directed by Trey Haley and written by Carl Weber, who wrote the book as well. And this is what part one in a trilogy of movies.
Yes,
the other
of
two
the church trilogy.
Yeah, the church trilogy. Which the other two are coming out this year.
I think both of them are coming out in 2018.
Yeah, look, you gotta. It's like the fucking spreader from Contra. You gotta get it all out right away before people notice. So check that out again. The Preacher's Son. It's on Netflix streaming right now. It's highly entertaining. I'll just say that. Okay, so the topic of the week. Before we actually get into that, we do have some 5-star reviews that I wanted to read. The first one is I don't remember if we actually read this one, so I'm gonna reread it anyway. The first one is from Shelly Swag. The title is Cool. She says, "Quote: I really like this podcast. They're all hilarious. You guys should do Dreamgirls, by the way. 5 stars. Yeah, that's a pretty good choice, actually. I don't know if that's on our list, so." Thank you for thanks for telling us about that one or reminding us of it. The next one is from Ranma. The title is Juniperry. I don't really know what that means. Quote, I love this show. I only got into this podcast recently, and I quickly discovered that it is the easiest and hardest thing to do, as there are thousands of them, and not only to have to search for topics you would enjoy, but also hope the ones you're doing the cast are people you're willing to listen to. Okay. This is why I enjoy Black on Black Cinema so much. Listening to them, I feel like I'm just hanging out with my friends. This next part is written specifically to piss them off. I especially enjoy their love of Tyler Perry movies. Mike and Jay seem to be able to talk about them for an hour and hours on end. In fact, I can't wait for the Juniperry. That's where it is. Followed by Deliver Us from Eva. Yeah. Okay.
I've seen Deliver Us from Eva.
So have I.
I've seen it also.
Yeah. Look, I almost didn't like Gabrielle Union forever.
Yeah.
Like
forever. One of the first roles I've seen her in.
Yeah, I was like, like this woman is a fucking terrible person. Documentary, because like, I don't know.
It took a while for me to get over that.
That's the one with LL Cool J, right? Like
yeah.
I don't like the end of that movie. Like the end of that movie is some like, oh look, don't ride a horse. It looks ridiculous. Like it looks ridiculous. I did not appreciate that. I just didn't care for it. So I don't know if this next part is trolling. But I'm going to read it anyway because it's in the 5-star review. Actually, I kind of hope it isn't. So he says, the only problem is Jay seems to rule over everyone with an iron fist and is incredibly self-centered and narcissistic. Before I finish, I thought I would read this while wearing a Burger King crown because I'm narcissistic and self-centered. And I also have some something to drink as well.
This nigga just has chilled whatever that is, champagne and a flute in his office.
I have shelled out the $50 just so I can hear the views on politics to get a little bit more variety. I came in late, so I went back to the start from the beginning. Yet I still need to give them five stars to be heard. I love the show, and here's to many more episodes. Yes, Boomer has to live, Micah. I'd love to hear you guys talk about Barbershop.
Oh, you know what? I would love to do Barbershop, particularly Barbershop 3. I really enjoyed Barbershop 3.
Barbershop 3 was really good. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, that's the only one I haven't seen, which I hear is really good.
It's the best.
It was surprisingly.
It's written by Kenya Barris, right?
Yeah.
No, then I'm not surprised. By the way, I saw Girls Trip finally.
About time.
Yeah, it was really fucking hilarious. I had tears in my eyes most of the movie.
We need to find 3 black women and let them do a Girls Trip episode.
That's fine. I will sit in the center as I rule it with an iron fist.
And let me tell you something.
Man's perspective.
Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you broads what I think about this.
I would just like to say to the people listening and watching out there that we've been on talking to each other for about 40 minutes before we started this. You know, this is like the pre-show meeting, right? And then we go on the air. That bottle of champagne has been sitting there cold as ice for the entire 40 minutes.
Yeah, they didn't know I had it.
I did not know he had it. Yeah. He just has chilled champagne in random ass rooms.
Just sitting in the fucking
By the way, if you're listening to this, you need to see the audio. I went to not one, but 2 Burger Kings to find this. I do this.
What the hell is there a Burger King anyway? I don't even. There's like one down the street from me, like 5 miles away. But that's like the only one within a 10-mile radius.
I don't know why there were 2 of them on my way home, but
because you live in the hood.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Yeah,
What's fucked up is the woman was like, at the first shoot, I was like, "You guys have those crowns?" And she was like, "No, we don't carry those." I was like,
I don't believe it.
Not a Burger King's thing. I was like, all right, fine. I'll just take a thing of your shitty fries. And then I went to another Burger King, and they just had them sitting out. I was like, all right, well, good. Burger King's fries are terrible, by the way.
Yeah, they're not good at all.
All right, so preview topic. Yes, I'm going to leave the crown on the entire time.
All right.
Until Terrence flips out. So the preview topic, I guess, is going to be, we were trying to figure out a good topic to talk about. So there's been like a weird, I wouldn't say a controversy, but there has been a couple of people talking about how they want to boycott the upcoming Black Panther movie because Michael B. Jordan apparently is dating a woman who is not black for some reason. Thoughts on that? Because that seems like the dumbest thing I've ever heard. But as a person in an interracial relationship, I am incredibly biased. Micah, you support Black love. I obviously don't. So
yeah, you don't. Whereas you are part of the problem, diluting our race to the point where it is unrecognizable.
Yes.
Whereas I'm here, we are here trying to keep love alive. And yeah, no, it's ridiculous. You're gonna see it. It's ridiculous. Like, why do you care?
Yeah, I think I feel like that shit was a joke. Like I refuse to believe that because he's quote unquote dating a woman of a different race. I think she's like Dominican or whatever. I don't know. Her name is Gutierrez or whatever. What is it?
Castro.
Whatever, same thing. Yeah, she's not. They keep saying, like, it was saying he's dating a white woman. Like, they're technically not white. Granted, I don't know what I couldn't tell. Like, the only reason why I could tell what she is because of her last name, because she looks like every other Instagram model on the internet. They literally have a prototype look, then they all look the same. Yeah, she's attractive, but I'm like, this other chick looks exactly like you. Like, you just do.
Yeah,
So,
I'm not into the everyone looks like Kim Kardashian look. Like, I'm over it.
yeah, neither am I. But the entire idea of him dating outside of, like, if she were like straight up like white, like a Rachel Dolezal looking broad, right? Do you think they'd have a problem? Do you think it would be, because this again, I don't think this is an issue. I think like one or two people, and I couldn't even see that. I couldn't find the tweets that said, like from black women particularly, that said anything about it. Like the tweets that I saw were like a bunch of niggas talking about, oh, what's that woman Markle, that she's about to marry Prince Harry.
Markle, I think.
Yeah, Serena found a white dude. She, that woman found a white guy. It's okay, but as soon as he goes outside of the race, is the problem. Like, I just saw a whole bunch of black dudes.
I mean, look,
but the thing is, I didn't see.
That is a valid point, right?
No,
like,
it is.
Mad at one, you can't be mad at one and not be mad at the other. That doesn't make any sense.
Right, that'd be a valid point, but I didn't see the tweets about them being upset to begin with. That's the problem I'm having. I don't see them.
Terrence is saying he wouldn't put it past dirty niggas to be like,
yeah, I'm kind of like
make up memes and shit.
Oh well, no, I wouldn't.
Yeah. That's what I'm like. I don't like. I was looking to see where the actual tweets were. I did find one, and it was just one woman. She said cancel. It was, but then in one of her next tweets, she said, I wanted to see how powerful it felt to I can't remember what the tweet was, but she was like, I was joking because I wanted to see what you guys would do if I said this. She was like, I want to see how powerful you think you guys feel when you cancel, when you boycott something on Twitter. And that was basically her response to what her initial tweet was. So I'm like, that was the only one I saw. So I don't necessarily know if this was a big deal, but again, some people do feel that way. Like, there are some people, like, I don't know the percentages, but there are some people that feel, hey, she's like black girl magic. She got this guy, she got that guy. But then we see some black dude marrying a white woman. It's kind of like,
is it because historically, stereotypically, it's always been black man finds white woman, particularly once they find success.
Yep.
And I'm sure that has everything to do with it.
And now that, if all this nonsense is true, now the shoe is on the other foot. So now we get to gloat about it. But then, like, who cares, yo?
I don't even understand what's the point of gloating about. What are you gloating about? Yeah. Serena Williams married a rich guy who she has more money than. Congratulations.
Yeah. Again, and that dude got money too.
Yeah, he's got, I think he's like one of the co-founders of Reddit or something.
Yeah.
Like, he has plenty of money. She has more money than him. So, she found someone who's financially equal. Like, whoa, that's crazy. That's not a very good argument.
Right. And we talked about that before. She married a whole bunch of niggas before. I mean, she's not married, but she dated a whole lot of black dudes before. And well, what the fuck happened? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
I mean, look,
I don't know. I'm not in their level. I'm not in their personal life. I don't give a fuck. But like, it's just this weird thing that we give a fuck to begin with. Like, I understand. Like, yeah, we care about celebrity. We live vicariously through celebrities and shit like that. I've never gave a fuck about what. Well, that's not true. I was a little disappointed when I found out Ember Moon was married to a white dude.
Wait, who was?
Ember Moon.
A wrestler.
Oh.
I was like, oh.
I have no idea.
Now that's an interesting thing to bring up. Because, I mean, look, we all about honesty here on this show. Part of me does get a little like missed out on another one. Like, black men as a whole just missed out on another one.
A little bit. I was like, word. Well, I was kind of like Jay should be like, word. Nah.
Like I was thumbing through Facebook because one of my ignorant people on my friends list posted something on Facebook and this person was from high school. So all his friends are people who went to high school with me that I'm not friends with. And, and I go on a bunch of them, right? And I found one. I'm like, oh, I remember that girl. She was really smart. She was really cool. I wonder what happened to her. And she married a white dude. And I'm like, huh.
Oh, I know exactly who you're talking about.
and I'm like, you know, that's really good. And I'm very happy for her. And I'm sure she's incredibly happy, right? I just wonder if she would have been as happy with a black dude. I don't know. It's not my problem. It's not my business. I don't care.
You know what?
Right?
Like, as funny as that is, and as utterly ridiculous as that is, and you even know that, I have those moments.
Yeah, we all fucking have. Like, look,
I'm not even married to a black. I'm not like, well, you know, blah blah blah. This is what you should be doing. No, I'm a giant hypocrite. Right.
The funny thing about
really.
The funny thing about this is, like, if anyone says they never do it, they're a fucking liar.
Yeah, no, you're lying.
If you're black and you say no, I'll never do it, like, you are goddamn man, woman. I don't give a fuck who you are. You're a goddamn liar.
Now, I will say this: when I see a black dude with a white woman that I know the black guy, and he's like, oh, this is my white wife or whatever, I'm just kind of like, oh, that's interesting. Okay. When it's a black woman with a white dude, I'm like, really?
Look, I'm an equal opportunity.
Must have been a 1 in a million, huh? Like,
I'm very equal opportunity. If I see it, like, and they're not engaged in sexual congress, I give the bunk like. I just give the bunk the head shake, just like, God damn it, McNulty.
Now I will say this, because again, I've gotten to the point. I, like, when I was younger, yeah, I used to give a fuck. I did. It's just the thing.
Yeah, sure.
We all grow. But I will say this: the problem that I have is when black guys, or whether like black men or black women, date outside their race, and then they put their own race down. Just like,
yes, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Still, I very much
black women ain't shit. That's when you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
like,
Wesley
I don't,
Snipes.
like I said,
really?
Well, he said that.
He had bad experiences with black women, so he prefers not to date women.
No, he had bad experiences with women.
Right. Right.
Like the idea that fundamentally one race is all the same in any regard is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Look, I dated black women. I've dated white women. Look, they all have like good things and bad, like, about them specifically, not as a generality, but about those specific people. They have good things about them and bad things about them. Like, I don't know. I wasn't trying to, like, when I met my wife, I wasn't like, I'm done. Like, this is a political statement. I am done with black women. No, I was like, wow, I met this woman and she's really cool. Like, that was literally it. Like, she's cool and I find her attractive. And for some reason, she also finds me attractive. She clearly has bad vision. Whatever. But, you know, however it works, that's what I did. But like that weird idea of, like, if I date outside of my race, I have to shit on my own race.
That's bullshit. Now, there was another thing, like, kind of piggybacking off of this. You know who Carrie Champion is? Micah.
I remember the name.
She's on ESPN.
Yes,
she was on. I don't know which show it is. Black woman. She's a host of one of the ESPN shows. She did an interview a couple. I don't know. It was like a week or so ago.
Oh, is she the black chick who says she doesn't date black dudes?
She didn't say that. That's what the headline said. That's not what she said. If you listen to the actual clip, the question was, "Do you date outside your race?" And she says, like, "Yeah, I have." She says, "Yeah, I do." And her reasoning was like, sometimes, like, this may be a fallacy or whatnot, but sometimes it's just easier to date outside your race as a black woman, because as black people in general, we have, like, in this country, we're just constantly, like, shit upon. We are. And black love, if that's what you want to call it, like, sometimes it's like we have, like, black women are, like, never heard. Like, they're like second-class citizens, like third-class citizens, because black women, no one gives a fuck about them. But black men at the same time are treated like shit as well. So when you put those two together, sometimes the relationships have more problems because of this like normal everyday situations that black people deal with in general. She's like, sometimes when I'm with a white guy, it's just kind of easier. Like if he's really into me and not just because I'm black, he's really into me. Like we don't face those issues. I still have my issues, but he's a white guy, so he's at the top of the food chain. So it's kind of like he ain't got no fucking problems, and it's just easier to deal with that shit. And if it's a black dude and a white woman, a lot of issues. She don't have the myriad of issues. Oh well, look, you ain't got
a lot of issues.
You ain't got to tell me what I'm talking about. but I'm talking about in general how society sees them and whatnot. It's just a white woman,
right? No,
but there's some racist. That's what she said. She said sometimes it just feels like it's easier. Not necessarily that it is easier, but that it just kind of feels easier sometimes when you're just dating a white guy or outside your race because you don't have the burden of both black people getting just shit dumped on them every day.
And at the same time, right? Like Carrie Champion's like Negaduck is Sage Steele, right?
Yeah. Oh. Right. That bitch. I don't like that woman. Yeah.
Like you fine, date, you know, I don't give a fuck if you're married to a white man, but goddamn, like stop shitting on us.
Yeah. Exactly like what I said earlier. Like, don't fucking do that. Just date who the fuck you like. Yo, fine, you're married or dating a white dude. That's fine. I don't care. Stop putting other people down. Because
now, is it fair to tell someone like that
she's not nearly as attractive as Carrie Champion? I would just like to point that out.
That is true.
Is it? Yes, it is true. Is it fair to ask someone like that, like Sage Steele, who has probably had black people speak ill of her because she dated or is married to a white man? Is it fair to us to tell her to, hey, suck it up because you're in the limelight? Or is that another thing that black women have, another bullshit burden that black women have to bear? And it's because while Sage Steele plucks my nerves, like she deserves to be happy or whatever, and she deserves not to be harassed. Is it are we unfair to people like that in turn turn around and say, well, niggas ain't shit? Well, that's why I married this white man.
It depends on who. Well, what came first, the chicken or the egg? like, did she just come out one day and like, I don't like I'm sure she's had bad experience with black guys if she ever dated black guys to begin with. That's fine, whatever. But like, she's vocal about the fact that like niggas ain't shit. So then people push back. But like again, it all depends on who said what first. I'm sure she was probably harassed by like black dudes, like, hey, why you like niggas do better? Like for real.
Yeah,
sometimes we just gotta do better.
Yeah, and look, I mean, I do think Terrence is right. You know, it doesn't matter if it's like the chicken or the egg sort of situation. But at the same time, like, I get people's response when they're hurt. That totally makes sense, right? Whether they respond well or not, like, there's just
I don't.
But at the same time, you do have a responsibility, right? Like, yeah, look, a black woman fucking broke my fucking heart and like treated me like shit. I'm not gonna just shit on black women as some sort of retribution. Like that's not fair. They're not responsible for how shitty she was. So you do have a responsibility as an adult to not paint everybody in a group based on your own personal interactions with one person. That to me, or even several people, like that's ridiculous. Again, we ask white people to not paint all black people in a certain light just because maybe they've had a bad interaction with a black person or no interaction. So, but yeah, but they do sometimes, right? And a lot of times. So I'm just going to make these assumptions about you. Well, no, it's unacceptable, and it's unacceptable for her to be that way. But look, I'm not going to pretend that I don't understand if that's what happened to her. But again, you're an adult. Grow up. Like you just are, like you are. It's not about sucking it up, but you do have to like live in the world. And look, if you feel that it's more comfortable dating a white dude, okay, I think that's arguably, I think it's pretty silly. Like I do. Like the other part of this that I find interesting, like of the whole like dating outside your race, you know, like I hear a lot of times this argument that makes me insane, which is, how do you date somebody outside of your race? Don't you respect black women? Why aren't you with black women? Like, if you say that, or you know, or whatever race, right? If you say that, what you're actually saying is the only way to respect somebody is to make sure that you're fucking them. Like, that's the only way you can gain respect for people. Like, that's ridiculous. I respect, my wife's not Latina. I can respect Latina women. I can respect Latino dudes without having sex with them. Like, it's not that hard. I can respect black women because they're human beings, and you should respect them if they act right and are reasonable fucking human beings. Like, that's it. I don't understand why that's so fucking difficult. But apparently, you have to have sex with somebody in order to garner this level of respect. No, my mom's black. I respect her. I'm not married to her. I don't know. This is not West Virginia, so like it's not that fucking difficult to understand. But I hear that argument a lot, which I hear from black people a lot, and it's incredibly shallow to me. Like, you can respect people without having sex with them. I do it all the time. And if you say that's not true, well, if you're a dude and you say that, I'm like, how many dudes do you respect that you're also fucking? Like, is it all of them?
I don't respect no dude.
I only respect my wife, but you're single. Well, respect the shit out of my hand a couple times a week. Like, sadly, in my room alone, crying. Like, come on, man. It's just, like, it's 2018. Like, isn't the whole, like, aren't we supposed to be progressing as human beings? Like, and letting black people do their...
Are we really progressing? Because it seems like we're regressing mentally.
Well, I would argue with you. I'm just saying we be... Like, I do feel like there are some days where I'm like, yo, am I taking crazy pills? Like, is everyone insane on the internet? Like, that's what it feels like sometimes.
I feel like the majority is. Sometimes I don't like. I refuse. I don't use Twitter. I don't.
There you go.
I don't fucking use it. That shit drives me. Every time I go on there, I'm like, yo, y'all niggas are wilding. Every day, something ridiculous. 0 to 60. No in between.
It's just diarrhea of the mouth.
Like, it's just a fucking wasteland.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, what?
I talk to the people I know.
Yeah.
And I really don't talk to anybody else. Like, not really. Like, people are like, I don't agree with that opinion. I'm like, what? I don't have time to argue with you, dude. The
interesting thing about Twitter is, like, if you don't agree with if someone doesn't agree with you, it's like they are not even close to even trying. It's just like 100. What is it? 280 characters now.
280 characters.
They doubled it. Like, they don't even try.
No,
like, what the fuck, bro?
It's trying to beat you into...
Yeah, it just beats you. It's just basically an argument where they don't even listen to your side. Like, now I get that on Facebook from time to time, but like sometimes we come to an agreement. I don't see agreements on Twitter.
No,
it's just fucking just chaos. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I just, there are certain parts of Twitter that I do not. I'm like the the Dave Chappelle joke. He's like, he just holds his binoculars up and just like looks from like the cops are beating up niggas like hotcakes. Like, no, I'm not participating. Like, I'm just not participating. Like, there's just no point, because
it's not worth it.
It's not worth it. There is no level of nuance. There is no level of conversation. It is, I have an opinion, you have an opinion. If they do not match up, let's just beat each other until we just fall down. I mean, it's like, I don't have time for that. Like, I literally tweeted out something the other day. Was like, hey, this is my opinion on this movie coming up. I don't think it's going to be very good. And this guy responded, and he was like, just a random person, was like, who are you? And I'm like, a person with an opinion? Fuck off. Like, I don't even know you, dude. Like, mad. And I looked at his profile, and he was like dressed like an X-Man. I was like, all right, well, you seem to take these movies really seriously. Like, it was a mute, dude. Like, I'm done. Like, but yeah, there is this lack of like having a conversation, especially around these kind of topics, because it is 280 characters. Or you just like Micah said, you got to just like diarrhea of the mouth, get your point out there, and just like, and then not listen. So, no, it's a terrible place to have a dialogue. It's
back to the original point, where people are claiming. Let's just pretend for a second that this is this Michael B. Jordan nonsense is real. It doesn't make sense to boycott this movie because you don't. Well, does it make sense? I don't know. If you don't like something,
no, man, you cannot have one of the not the star date whoever he wants. He has to date a black woman by hook or by crook. Like, you have to force him.
Like, I think that people think that everyone in a movie, cast in a movie, just like have orgies on set, like, and everybody has to date everybody, and everybody like I think that people think that Chadwick Boseman and Lupita Nyong'o will be dating in real life because they're scheduled to be love interests in this movie.
Well, okay, I agree with you, and here's a way to back that up. They have to use a fake phone number in movies because people would try to call them when they left the theater. People are dumb.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they think movies are real. Oh, 555. Oh, it doesn't work. We should not be surprised anymore. But yeah, I think you're taking it too seriously, man. They're just actors. They're just people. Like, that's it. Just people. Michael B. Jordan is just a dude from California or wherever the hell he's from, and he's an actor, and he's been pretty successful. That's it. He doesn't owe you anything. Like, this idea that he owes viewers in the internet a black love story to put on Boss Up or something. He don't owe you nothing.
Right. This nigga don't know who Eric Killmonger is. It's a gig.
Yeah.
This is a job, yo.
I can't believe this nigga ain't never read that comic book.
What I would love for Michael B. Jordan to just, or anybody, any celebrity, like, to just go to a random person, look at their like Facebook pictures, like that girl from California, right? From high school who moved to California, and just be like, huh. I really was planning on going to California, but I see this random ass black woman married to a white guy, and I'm like, I'm gonna boycott that state.
Yeah,
like that makes as much sense as boycotting something. But I guess you're supposed to boycott something if you don't like it, right?
Right. But here's the thing: there is a vast difference between boycotting something and just not seeing something, right? Like, I'm sure there are many people listening to this and saying, "Well, you guys boycotted the Nate Parker movie," and I'm like, "No, we just didn't see it." A boycott is, "Hey, everybody, come join us," and none of us will go see it. Like,
we didn't tell anyone else not to go see it.
It was actually, that was a point of like,
we specifically said that.
We're not telling you not to see it. See it if you want to see it. We're not going to see it, and we're not going to do it on our show. That was the only point. But apparently, still to this day, some people just don't understand that concept. Believe it or not,
we irk a lot of people's spirits. If you will.
Good. I hope your spirit is irked. Irked as fuck.
Irked as fuck. I need a shirt that says that. Irked as fuck.
I believe the kids would write irk AF, but yes, that's
yeah.
Yeah,
it's more palatable.
Yeah, it's yeah, like, okay, like, we're just not. You don't have to see it, but like, to me, to call for a boycott for something so silly is just ridiculous. Like, if we found out, and I'm not even implying this at all, but if you found out the main actor or the director for Black Panther was a sexual predator or something shit like that, and people were like, "We need to boycott this movie," I'd be like, "Okay, I get it. Like,
yeah,
I understand that." I mean, I'd be a little conflicted.
I wouldn't. I'm seeing it. Sorry.
God damn it. I'm going to write a really strong letter after I see this to let you know how disappointed I am.
Disappointed I am in your actions, sir.
This is terrible. By the way, man, that directing was incredible. He was awesome.
We've been doing it for years, Roman Polanski. Right?
Yeah.
He's been fucking out of the country for 40 years or whatever the fuck.
Bounced. He was like, "Come to France, we can film here. Can't go home." Yeah, but like I would understand a boycott like that, but I don't understand the idea of boycotting something like this. Like,
That's stupid. It's dumb.
something they do in their personal life. Like, what if you found out Michael B. Jordan was gay? Would you be like, nah?
What?
Like, what if you found out Michael B. Jordan was gay? Would you like boycott it then? Like,
there would be some very disappointed women.
yeah. Well, I did see this one woman's comment in a thread that I was on. She was like, "I'm not mad about this necessarily. I'm just mad that he's not dating me."
Right. That's what you're really mad about.
Right. Like, let's get
Like, what the
real.
fuck?
That's probably.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, let that man live.
What if you found out that Chadwick Boseman was a hotep?
You know what? I might have to boycott it. Like, I would only not boycott the movie if I knew that Chadwick Boseman was going to fight Tariq Nasheed.
A triple threat match between Tariq Nasheed, Umar Johnson, and fucking Chadwick Boseman.
You know what? My money's on Chadwick. I'm going for the election.
Shit.
That shit would be hilarious. Yeah, I need a triple threat hotep match.
Fucking hotep on a pole match.
Honk on a pole match. Oh, I couldn't imagine. Good Lord.
Yeah, we need the Hotep Wrestling League. All right, I think we have exhausted this this topic, but again, do yourself a favor and go onto Netflix, watch the Preacher's Son. Stay for the ending. My God, stay for the ending. And then next week we will drop that episode. I think, yeah, it'll come out on Wednesday of next week. So look forward to that. Again, subscribe to the show, or tell people about it if you haven't told people about it. You can also listen to the show now on Spotify, which is actually pretty convenient. I know a lot of people have Spotify, so they have podcasts now, and you can find the show there. Also, make sure you check out the other shows in the TNP network. And of course, sign up for premium content. You can go to blackandblackcinema.com/premium. If you sign up before the end of this week, the first week of January, you'll get $5 off the yearly subscription. So that'll put you down at $45 for the entire year. Or if you do the month to month, you'll get the first month for $2 and each additional month for $5. So again, blackandblackcinema.com/premium, and we will see you guys next week.
See you.
Take it easy.
We out.